I the a-hole for calling my wife fat? Oh, make sure I get this right. Okay, light. We good. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Isabella, and today we will be reading Am I the A-hole confessions. Sorry, that was loud. If you don't know what those are, it's basically on Reddit. People send in their confessions, and they basically ask, they give you a situation, and they ask, am I the a-hole in this situation? For lighting, I'm literally using my vanity light and this flippin' lamp light.
Shut up, bitch!
But let's hop right into it. So for the confessions, I'm gonna have my computer out, and I've already picked some based on the title because I thought the title looked interesting. So I honestly don't know the context in the confession, so we'll find out together. I'm gonna get my trusty glasses out for these because I'm actually so blind I wouldn't be able to read
You stupid.
I wouldn't be able to read if my computer was right there, so I have to put on my glasses for this.
Your phone ringing.
Okay, we are gonna start off strong with this one. We're starting off strong. We're starting off so strong. Because when I saw this title, I was baffled. Am I the a-hole for calling my wife fat? I don't think that's... So let's read it out right now. I, 34 male, work in a physically demanding field. Myself and my coworkers are all fit people without a lot of body type variety. My wife, 32 female, is fat. That's really strong. That was just a very strong sentence. The thing is, she's always been fat. The whole time I've known her, we dated when she was fat. We got married when she was fat. She knows she's fat, and she's beautiful. I'm happy if she loses weight, and I'm happy if she stays where she is. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world as is. One of my coworkers, Julia, 28 female, started complaining that she's far too fat. Oh, well, it says far. Too fat to be loved, and fat people don't get to be loved. Okay. I do not agree with that sentence at all. Julia isn't fat. She's maybe 120 pounds. She works out 5 times a week and barely ever eats. I told her that isn't true, and my wife was fat. She got really red in the face and started telling me I wasn't allowed to call my wife fat, and that I was insulting her, and that my wife was beautiful and curvy. Carol doesn't like being called curvy. She thinks it's a label used to avoid calling people fat because it's a dirty word to most people. I told Julia as such. Julia started threatening to tell my wife I called her fat. She pulled up her Instagram and told me she was messaging Carol and that I was being mean. She beat her to the punch and called my wife, put her on speaker, and asked if she was curvy or fat. Carol laughed and said, I hate that curvy S word. Fat and beautiful, baby. I thanked her, told her I loved her, and hung up. As soon as I hit end, Julia went mental. She started screaming that I was abusing my wife.
You better stop!
When I asked how, she said I was clearly brainwashing her into accepting the fat term to try to keep her complacent, and from getting away from me. There's that no woman in her right mind could be okay with their husband calling them fat. I showed her a picture of my wife in a shirt that had BBW on it. She bought it for herself, by the way. She stormed off and hasn't spoken to me since. Now I just walked in today to an email from HR requesting a meeting for me. I don't think it's a big deal. I have my wife's blog for fat positivity, the shirt, and can easily call her for proof, but now things are frigid at work and Julia keeps constantly giving me dirty looks when we're in the same room. She ignores me otherwise. So I'm just over here scratching my head. Am I the a-hole for calling my wife fat? In this context, no, you are not the a-hole. You're actually not the a-hole, because if you have been in a relationship with your wife that long and she knows that she knows that she's fine with being called fat because she doesn't think it's a rude term to her, that's just a word to describe her body type, and she thinks she's fat and beautiful because fat and beautiful is amazing. I do not think you're the a-hole, and your coworker is being dramatic, especially that you got an email from HR. But let me know what you guys think, but we have an update on this one. So I met with HR at 4 today. Apparently multiple coworkers who had overheard the conversation stopped by HR through the day to give their side/weigh-in. I wasn't in trouble. They just wanted my side of things. It checked out with what everyone else had said too. I still don't know which of my crew stopped by, but I owe them my life. I offered to show them my wife's blog, and a rep who is a really nice girl told me that if it didn't affect my work, it was irrelevant. The story had been corroborated. I can't speak again enough by others. HR reiterated a lot of what y'all said. Even though Julia initiated the conversation, I shouldn't have jumped in. It was less of a scolding, and more of a request to keep my nose out of other people's business. I'm sad because I thought Julia and I were friends. We talked about our mental health struggles, the hardships of the field we're in, and the heavy things like that. Won't be having those conversations any further. Julie and I will no longer be paired on teams for patient care. I was told my part in the investigation was done, and they thanked me for my time, so I think I'm going to be okay. Before I left, I told HR that if weight loss/body image wasn't supposed to be a topic of conversation, they should consider enforcing that on a company level. We have a weight loss challenge. I suggest making it a fitness challenge instead. She said she'd take it into consideration, so that's it. I wrapped up my treatments. Everything will hopefully shake out. Haven't spoken to Julia, hoping to avoid her in the near future. Thank you all for the sanity check. Now to quote Clue, I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. Okay, guys, from this, I'm getting not the a-hole vibes at all. You are not the a-hole, because his wife like loves herself and she's accepting that she is fat. And I don't think fat is that much of a degrading word unless you use it to be degrading towards a person. But Juliet needs to stay out of her business. Just saying that. Juliet needs to stay out of her business. Not the a-hole. Now, I think this one by far is actually one of my favorite titles, just because I feel like it's gonna be like a little spicy. Am I the a-hole for refusing to redo my wedding? Now, already I'm getting not the a-hole vibe, because it's your own wedding. If you don't want to redo it, you don't have to redo it forever, whatever context it is. But let's start reading. My wife and I got married August of 2015, so it's nearly our 10-year wedding anniversary. She wants to redo the wedding, or at least rent out a venue and redo the vows. I don't want to primarily on cost. It's going to cost at least $10K. Ooh, that is expensive. That's expensive. And I feel like doing a wedding over cheapens it. She wants to redo it because her best friend had a miscarriage and had to go to the hospital during the ceremony. We only booked the ceremony for 2 hours and they wouldn't let us extend it. That derailed our plans, and we ended up doing a very rushed one at the reception spot last minute, which wasn't decorated as well. She never put the pictures of the ceremony up, and she said she thought they didn't look good. I think they are fine, but she's very hung up about her big day being ruined. My wife thinks after 10 years of marriage, I should be willing to spend the money and let her redo it. I did warn her not everyone will be willing to come, and she said it's fine, but even at reduced guest count, it's going to cost a lot. We're looking to buy our first house, so we have savings and nothing needs to be on credit, but I'm not happy to be spending it on something we already did. Already, I'm just going to say not the a-hole, because first of all, that is so expensive. I don't know who would want to pay for that, because I wouldn't either. And especially if you're already looking to buy your first house together and you guys have savings, and he doesn't want to redo something that you guys already went through. I think the memories itself, like even if her big day was ruined, it's just being able to spend your day with your fiance, getting married to them. I feel like that's enough, because like you don't have, just because, oh my god, I can't even talk. Just because her friend was like in the hospital or whatever doesn't mean you should redo the wedding. Like, yeah, you can renew your vows, you can do it like a nice little dinner or something, but like redoing your wedding after 10 years is a lot, especially when you're gonna buy your first house. So definitely not the a-hole at all. Okay, next one.
Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing.
Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend won't clean up after himself or at all. I don't like people who are like that. Yes, I can be messy sometimes, but I'll pick up after myself, and yeah, I'm already getting not the a-hole vibes from this one. So let's read. My boyfriend, 22 male, and I, female 22, have been together for 4.5 years and moved in together last August. The biggest challenge has been cleaning. I like having a clean, organized space. While he grew up in a household where cleaning wasn't priority, his mom did the cleaning, but she didn't do much due to being overwhelmed. Sorry, guys. I know. Before moving in, we agreed on a chore chart to split responsibilities evenly. We also decided to rotate chores weekly and alternate doing dishes every day. A few months in, I noticed he wasn't doing his chores, so I made him a change. We agreed that if one person skips their chores, they're responsible for them until they're done. And then we resume the original schedule. The change was after several talks about the importance of a clean space for my mental health. Despite understanding and agreeing to these changes, he still doesn't follow through. He uses my throw blankets and towels, but doesn't clean them. He leaves wet towels around the bathroom for weeks. Ew.
Brother, what's that?
I even bought separate towels and dishes for myself, but he still doesn't treat my things with respect. When the shared towels and dishes I provided run out, he asks to use mine, promising to clean them afterward, but he never does. Early on, he explained that he wasn't cleaning because he was just adjusting to living alone for the first time. Later, it became about depression, then a lack of time, eventually that he didn't see the point of cleaning since things just get dirty again. Oh my god. That is the dumbest excuse I've heard. Sometimes he asks me to do it all and offers to pay me. Every excuse seems different, but the pattern remains. Nothing changes. Now it's February, and the mess is unbearable. Piles of trash, dirty dishes, spoiled food, and laundry everywhere. Despite having multiple conversations, the situation hasn't improved. I feel exhausted and disrespected, and I'm unsure what else to do. Am I the a-hole for getting upset about this? Is it wrong to ask him to clean the dishes after a week of no cooking because the kitchen is unusable? Would I be unreasonable to tell him he can't use my things anymore unless he takes care of them? I'm starting to think he doesn't value my belongings because they weren't his to begin with. Oh my god. Oh my god. You are not the a-hole. You are actually not the a-hole. I would honestly move out. Because if cleaning is a big thing for your mental health and he's not respecting that, and he's disrespecting your own items, using them and not cleaning even though he promised he would, he is an adult. He needs to grow up and learn how to be responsible. He actually needs to learn how to be responsible. Just spit on my phone case. That's amazing. That's amazing. But the fact that he is using so many excuses that are probably not even true, and he is literally offering to pay you to do his own chores that you guys already talked with and agreed with about splitting and doing your own and being responsible for them. You are actually not the a-hole, and I'm so strong on this one because that's actually just so disrespectful. Guys, I'm actually yapping so much that now I only have 2 left, and I'm literally gonna run out of time from talking because I cannot form sentences. Oh my god. I have 2 more left because I won't stop yapping. So this is the second to last one. Am I the a-hole for taking advantage of my girlfriend? Okay. The title, I don't know, it's supposed to be misleading me because taking advantage, that sounds like SA. It sounds like, or it could not be SA, it could just be taking advantage of her morals or something like that. But I'm already getting a-hole vibes right now because I don't know. Oh my god. Guys, I just ate Qdoba before this. Maybe this is why I'm so gassy. Oh my god. But yeah, oh my god, the Qdoba bowl was so delicious. I had white rice, black beans, steak, fajitas, queso, shredded cheese, lettuce, guacamole, tortilla chips, cilantro, and salsa. Okay, time to go on track. I feel like I'm about to get flamed, so throw away. My girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Since we started dating, we have a tradition of paying for each other's dinners for our birthdays. We don't have a limit on how much that meal would cost. My girlfriend doesn't drink. She at most has a mocktail or sparkling water. I usually pay $100 to $150 for both of us for her birthday dinner. My birthday was 2 days ago and we went out. I drink, which my girlfriend doesn't like, and she thinks it's a waste of money. But it's my birthday, so she agreed to pay for everything. I had 8 drinks and a steak and dessert at a steakhouse, which cost about $200. And with her 70 meal, it came out to be $310 with tips. Oh my god. Where were y'all eating? That is so expensive. Ooh, hell no, hell no. Hell no. Anyway, she didn't say anything at the time, but last night blew up at me for drinking so much money and expecting me to cover it. I defended myself because it was technically unlimited, and no, I wasn't drunk. I have a pretty high tolerance, so it's not fair. I can't enjoy myself. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, my dad called me upstairs, so let's continue. I can't enjoy myself. She's pretty frugal, and oh my god! It's okay. She's pretty frugal, and so she thinks it's a crazy amount, and I was an asshole for leaving her with this high of a bill. We agreed we would pay for each other's meals and drinks, and it's not my fault. She doesn't normally get more than 1 drink, and it's non-alcoholic, so it's cheaper. But she has been ignoring me and refusing to talk it out. If she's that upset, I'll reimburse her for my portion, but then that's the end of our tradition. Okay. You are actually the a-hole. You're actually the a-hole, because the fact that you only pay 100 to 150 for both of you guys on her birthday dinner, but she had to pay a little over 200 for you because you had 8 drinks. 8 drinks? Like, you might have a high alcohol tolerance, but just because you took advantage of the situation, just because you have an high alcohol tolerance and she doesn't drink alcohol, you still took advantage of the situation and wanted to enjoy yourself. Like, I get enjoying yourself on your birthday, but 8 drinks is excessive. That's excessive. And you knew it was an expensive place. You knew she was going to pay that much. And the fact that she had to pay over $200 for your half is crazy, even if it was your birthday dinner. Okay, for our last one, we have, am I the a-hole for slamming the door on my neighbor's face? Now, this can vary depending on the context, but let's read it out. Context: this is not the USA. I'm from a European country. I, 19 female, am a student living in the city 2 hours away from my hometown in a shared apartment with 3 other roommates. Let's call them Naomi, 19 female, Lisa, 19 female, and Emily, 19 female. We all get along and we're all very close, so we live perfectly fine together and don't cause any trouble. We live on the 5th floor. The building's elevator is one of those old ones you have to manually open the door, get inside, close the door, and when you press the button you're going to, the interior door closes and goes to that floor. As a safety measure, the elevator won't move until the manual door is completely closed. But the problem is that it's so old and that sometimes it doesn't fully close, so when someone gets off on one floor, they sometimes leave it half closed on accident and the elevator gets stuck in that floor until someone fully shuts the door. Now, the real issue. This happened 2 days ago. Naomi and I were having lunch in the kitchen before going to class. Lisa was in her room, probably gaming, and Emily left for uni early in the morning. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. We go check and find an elderly man staying there. He automatically starts scolding us for leaving the elevator door open. Yes, it was half open. Yelled that he has some type of heart problem or something and that we are very inconsiderate. Mind you, we haven't seen this man our entire lives, so we were kind of shocked and pretty uncomfortable. We tried telling him that maybe it was the neighbors living in the front of us that left it open, but he denied it, saying he knocked at the door but didn't answer. They're probably not home, so it's probably our fault. Clarification: I was the only one to leave the apartment that morning, but when I returned, the elevator was stuck on the 7th floor, so I had to take the stairs home, so it couldn't have been us. The argument was already tense, and then Naomi accidentally let out a nervous giggle, and the man absolutely flipped out. He called her a little B word, started screaming obscenities, hitting the elevator door, calling us every slur, and looked like he was about to lay hands on us. At this point, Naomi was getting very scared, and I wasn't just gonna put up with his bull crap, so I just said, you know what, no. Pulled Naomi inside, slammed the door in his face, leaving him screaming for a couple minutes until he finally left. I was pretty pissed for a while, but we then told Lisa, and she said she sided with us. Now looking back, I feel kind of bad, but everyone says I was right. You are not the a-hole. You shouldn't be even feeling bad, because he had absolutely no evidence that it was you, and you knew that yourself that it wasn't you, so... And he was taking it very aggressively. He sounds very passive-aggressive. And I'm glad that you closed the door before the situation escalated, because it sounds like he was going to lay hands. I would honestly let your guys' landlord know, because it's actually kind of crazy, because I would not want to have that for a neighbor, especially that your first interaction with him if you've never seen him before. Because, yeah, you're just, like, not the a-hole at all. Not the a-hole at all. Glad you stood up for yourself and let your landlord know, because, girl would not be wanting living with a neighbor like that. Oh, hell no, because he sounds like a flippin' maniac. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little talk with me about figuring if people are a-holes or not, and, miss you guys so. I hope you guys enjoyed this video so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and peace out. Bye, guys.